Hey, Mike Dance, Brookside Consulting. I just want to show you a few of the things I've done to the website to make it easier for you to find the information you need to make a good decision for your business. So I've got across the top different tabs. I've combined voice and video. I've got contact center. I got Microsoft Teams and voice, which is huge right now. Fast and reliable internet. These are all also the buttons that go to the same spots, as well as a YouTube channel and the blog. Down here, what I've done is I've put together the Gartner Magic Quadrant, several key categories that we work with all the time, from voice and video, UCAS as they call it, to contact center as a service, SD-WAN for your multi-site type data networking, and then video meetings. These are just things that this is a report that just helps you really see what's going on with any of these companies in this space. They do a really good job of really analyzing the market for whatever technology it is, and then down here putting together a magic quadrant that shows you the leaders, the challengers, the niche players, and the visionaries. So as you can see down here, it shows you vendor strengths and cautions on all these companies, what's good, bad, and the ugly. So if we take a look at that, we've got, like I said, for several different categories, a very good reading. I highly suggest you look at this if you're reviewing this type of technology, because they're very good at helping you understand it. We also provide fast and reliable internet from all the major carriers. So you see down here, these are just a few of the ones we have, but this is page one. Then we have an About Us, and About Us, once again, it's got a video there. It shows you a little bit about what we do, when we started, things of that nature. And down at the bottom, the latest news, including, reviews from like A-Base, current XCast, which is the CCast and UCast combined. They're also, these are articles about the Magic Quadrant. They're not the Magic Quadrant. Everything in this section comes from UC Today. When you go to video, what you do see is unified communications as a service, kind of explain what that is. We're providing once again with a Gartner Magic Quadrant, and then different pages for different people, different providers. So you go in, like if you went into 8x8, it would come in and show you, more information about their products and what they do. It's showing you that they're in both Magic Quadrants for both phones, UCAS and CCAS. And then there's links to how the apps work, things of that nature, a little bit about the pricing, how it works with chat apps, and then of course their YouTube channel. I try to put YouTube channels everywhere because those providers will keep those up to date pretty good, and there's a lot of information there. Another thing that they really specialize in is being available to call 48 countries for free. So that's a good thing about 8x8, and they have integration to WhatsApp and things of that nature. I mean, I have a similar page for each one of those, like I said, that you can go through and review and see, what's going on with Mitel, Zoom. These are just, basically, like I said, just really good pages of information I put together, with a YouTube channel, everything you need to be able to make an intelligent decision. Now, when we started talking about call centers, I mean, that's a completely different solution. In many cases, we're talking about moving from call centers to omni-channel, where you got self-service chat bots, you're taking voice, email, web chat, SMS, social media integration, chat bots, like I said, and integration to your CRM, whether it's Salesforce, or using Teams, HubSpot, all these things. And then it manages all your social media channels, any activity on those, allows you to see what's going on. I mean, the biggest thing, like I said today, is a self-service chat bot, or as I call it, a millennial auto attendant. But you come down here, and once again, this is contact centers. So these are all different vendors, carriers, and providers on here. Then once again, you've got information to go see what's going on with NICE, CX1, any of these, AWS, LiveSize, they're kind of new to it. WebEx, this is all part of the contact center piece. And then you've got Microsoft Teams and Voice, which is one of the most popular things that we're looking at today, where most offices have all their external traffic happening on desk phones, and you've got internal calls and video and task management all done by Teams. We have the ability, using multiple providers, to be able to look at what makes sense for a single login solution that adds inbound and outbound calling to the existing Teams experience, so that on all devices, you can work from anywhere. It looks like you're always at your desk. And so here's information about providers that integrate to Microsoft Teams. So as you can see, if you go into any of these, this just gives you more details about how that particular provider works with Teams. Once again, I've got Choose 8x8. That's the first one. I mean, they've got international calling. They've got basically Teams sits over here and does its thing, and 8x8 runs really in the background, using Teams almost as a client. So there's more information about the desktop experience if you're using 8x8 Voice for Microsoft Teams, the app on the mobile, the system administration, Salesforce integration, and down here it gets into contact center. So you see really what's going on with the 8x8 contact center and how it works with Microsoft Teams. And once again, they have data centers all over the world, and they save you all kinds of money on international all this. But you see, these are set up so that you can see what's going on with multiple providers. Then you get to fast and reliable internet. I mean, once again, we work with really all the carriers. Tells a little video about what it's like for losing internet access. Here's if you want to learn about SD-WAN and some of the providers that we work with. Once again, we come back around to a Gartner Magic Quadrant, whether it's Meraki, Palo Alto, Cradle Point, Fortinet. So, whichever one you want to hear the channels, here's the information you need. Once again, we're going to save you money on international. That seems to be a hot topic right now. Then there's government, education, and nonprofit. So we'll provide, free consulting pretty much across the board to everybody, because we generally get paid by the vendor. So anyway, this just shows you different packages from the DIR, the state of Texas, all across the NASPO, that we just used for a huge project for Hayes County to be able to put 8-bait in there. Cloud-based solution providers, here's the ones that work with the government. Here's actually a local government that explains everything about how their pricing works at 8-bait. Once again, we work with all their providers. It seems like we're big on 8-bait, but they seem to be a company that lines up well with the right solutions today. The blog, is really good. It's got different things in it that from chatbots, just information on several key ways, call centers and contact centers, AI, a lot about what's going on in the future, with schools, cost per user, aggregators. These are all just good topics that, if you want to know more about it, especially speech analytics is a big one, and omni-channel. Those are two things you see a lot of. So that's in the blog section. So as you can see, I've done a lot of work to get this thing to where, it basically will provide you with all the information you need to make a good, intelligent decision at www.brooksideus.com.